And just before we end, I want to be sympathetic of your time. Do you have advice for anyone who's experiencing gender dysphoria, or someone who knows someone that's experiencing gender dysphoria, parents? How should they approach the situation?
I think it's important to understand what gender dysphoria is from an evidence basis. And so, my organization, that is our goal because we feel that information is being really obscured by activists with an ideological agenda. So I think it's important for just any decision making that parents and young people who, or even adults experiencing gender dysphoria, that they just understand the truth of what that experience is and what that means, because I think that empowers people to make the best choices for themselves. Going back to what I was saying, with childhood onset gender dysphoria, I'm sure parents, if they understood that most of the time that's a developmental stage in the development of homosexuality, they would probably make very different choices for their child than if they're told your child is trans, they'll always be trans and they need to transition. So I
Mm,
think I think the information that they have should be accurate and well understood before making any permanent decision, because even social transition is a clinical intervention. It's actually a very powerful clinical intervention. So telling kids, that they truly are the sex they think they are, and affirming that, and changing that legally and giving them a new name, that's a very powerful clinical intervention that is potentially going to lock them into an identity prematurely and make it a lot harder for them to desist. And I'm not saying that because I think it's awful to be a trans person. I'm just saying,
mhm,
if they could have avoided lifelong medical
mhm.
treatment and all of the complications that can come from that, why would avoiding that be a bad thing? If they can learn to be comfortable in their own bodies, whether it's a
Mm.
butch lesbian or an effeminate gay man, if they can learn to be comfortable with that, why is that a bad thing? So I think it's really important that families have accurate information.
Mm.